Nihilism. To some, hell is not some mystical afterlife, but a place here on Earth one makes for themselves by choosing sin. Each day, we make 35,000 decisions. If one could break down these decisions into positive and negative, how would those decisions land on Ma'at's scale? Is it really possible that decisions like what coffee you'll have today or which route you'll take to work have the possibility to push you toward hell? The term nihilism was originally coined by Friedrich Heinrich Jacobi in 1799. Jacobi believed that it was a natural progression of Enlightenment thinking and ideals. Jacobi, like many who are lauded as great thinkers and originators of nihilism, was a critic of it. It was a warning, not an idea to be incorporated into daily thought. When your God is no longer present to be your shield, it doesn't leave an empty bowl. Empty bowls must be filled. And that begins with fear. Fear that your life doesn't matter, fear that you'll never be enough, fear that the pain you carry is all there is, and fear that your father is disappointed in you and that no one is coming to help. You detach and harden. You call it intelligence, irony, edge, but it's fear, dressed up in sarcasm and despair, and fear, when left unanswered, festers. It tells you if nothing matters, then nothing can hurt you. But that's a lie, because if nothing matters, then you don't matter, and that's the very wound you are trying to escape. Now we find that we live in a society where we are constantly surrounded by symbolic, metaphorical, or literal examples of nihilism in media. It's a sticky ooze. It's seeping into our minds, taking over, leaving poisonous ichor in every crevice and crease of our lives. Rick and Morty.
Fuck you, I'm real. I'm the smartest man in the universe. Probably not even wrong, but that's just it. I'm not a man. I'm God. You're just made in my image. F you.
BoJack Horseman.
Good job. Aren't you excited?
No. I don't know. I don't care about that.
You said you wanted a job.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
The Boys.
I cannot believe you ran through a bitch. You wanna hear something crazy? I ran so fast through this bitch that I swallowed one of her molars. Like a bug on the fucking freeway.
These shows may seem like harmless fun, but one cannot help but absorb the lessons and learn from this media. You may deny that media influences you, but is that really true? Your environment does not ask your permission to shape you. It just does. People learn early in their lives what is their reason for being. Maybe that's why they give up on it so early, too. The Alchemist. Is it not true that one who lives on a farm can lift more than you, or one who studies often outwit you? Are you truly God, or is it perhaps your environment?
Through each other, through organized religion, through the great books of those religions, through wise people, through art and music and literature and poetry, but nowhere with such detail and grace and color and joy as through creation. And when we destroy a species, when we destroy a special place, we're diminishing our capacity to sense the divine, understand who God is, and what our own potential is as human beings.
Is media a part of your environment? What decisions have you made because of it? God is dead. God remains dead, and we have killed him. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of all murderers? What was holiest and mightiest of all that the world has yet owned has bled to death under our knives. Who will wipe this blood off us? What water is there for us to clean ourselves? The world we are creating is one that's rapidly being outworked by nihilism rather than godliness. Entire political parties have forsaken the need to appeal to a higher power as the basis for their morality. Why does this matter? When it comes to things small, it really doesn't. The dangers of moral relativism don't rear their heads until they're extended out to their extremes. In the past, society rooted its understanding of identity and the body in spiritual or natural law. A sense that human beings were created with intention. But in today's trans ideology, identity is no longer anchored in biology, design, divine order. It's treated as entirely self-created. When political parties and cultural institutions forsake the need to appeal to any higher power, truth becomes subjective, and the body becomes raw material to be modified at will. This matters the most at the extremes. We now see children placed on puberty blockers, undergoing irreversible medical procedures, and parental rights being revoked. All because we've redefined compassion as affirmation and truth as feeling. That's not moral progress. That's what happens when a society trades godliness for self-deification. The dangers of this social constructionism is what Jordan Peterson spent years warning about, but the dangers of nihilism only begin in examples like this. There is no such thing as true good or true evil, it's all relative to the observer. Columbine High School shooters, 1999. I want to leave a lasting impact. I want to be remembered. Covenant School shooter, 2023. I don't want to live anymore. Uvalde school shooter, 2022. Morality is completely subjective. Buffalo grocery store shooter, 2022. It seems to me the reason why these individuals do these things is not nearly as mysterious as the media tells you. It's the natural and eventual outcome of this ideology. If nothing means anything, everything is relative. If there's no common thread of truth to tie ourselves to, we want to die. And to prove the idea to everyone else, we must take with us as much innocent life as possible. That way, everyone can see what they saw. A worthless, godless, tribeless world with no meaning. And no water to wash away the blood and the pain. In a day, the average person interacts with 27 people. Those 27 interact with 27 more, and 27 more, and so on. And in a very real way, you're only 5 degrees separated from having affected 400 million people. So, how do you want to change the world? Be mindful of the decisions you make and why you make them. Understand your environment. When you have terrible, negative thoughts, reject them.
I must not fear. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings obliteration. And I'll face my fear and I'll permit it to pass over me through me. And when it has come, I'll turn the inner eyes its mouth. And where the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Enough.
Take the antidote to this poison. Protect yourself and your family from this hateful ideology. Be the best person you can possibly be, but not just to create a heaven here on earth, or to stave off a hell from swallowing you, but because it's your responsibility to humanity. In a world where nothing matters, what will you make matter for the world?